Dope. Lady Los, thanks for joining us.
Hey, thank you for having me.
Yeah. Can you tell me a little bit? Have you been around like a couple of the stations? Can you tell me what the heck is going on?
The first stations that I've hit have all been photography stations.
Sick.
I got to
Okay.
visit with two different photographers.
Dope.
It was really cool because they're, different styles,
Yeah.
but, both of them had like a set backdrop type of thing, but then they guide you through different poses. And
Cool.
I don't know, it's pretty sweet. It feels like a little quick, like magazine shoot type of
Yeah.
thing.
Hell yeah. That's what's up. Dope. And now you're here.
And now I'm here.
That's what's up. Can you tell me a little bit about your background? Let me know like who you are, what you're about.
Yeah. So I'm Lady Los.
Yeah.
I'm born and raised here in Denver, Colorado.
Yeah.
I say that I am a point guard turned R&B singer,
Dope.
or point guard turned R&B slash neo soul goddess.
Sick.
So my first life was as a point guard, and I got to play all the way through college. I played at the Division I level, and I loved that. But then it was time to pivot,
Yeah.
and music was what was calling to me. And so I'm not a point guard no more. I'm not just Los. I'm Lady Los, and I'm a R&B slash neo soul goddess.
Sick.
I like to serenade people, tell stories about my life through music.
I love that. That's dope. That's really dope. So you touched on it a little bit, but I was curious, what is your welcome to it moment? So it sounded like you retired from hooping.
hmm
Just you saw the end of the road with that, and then, or like, what made you hang up the shoes and pick up the mic?
What
What was that
it's
transition?
interesting. I started recognizing if you are going to be a very successful professional athlete, you really have to buy into the weight room. And I love the weight room, I guess, but I don't know if I loved it like that.
Right. Yeah.
And I started kind of just thinking like if I'm going to do this as an adult, like I'm going to have to be in the weight room in a whole different way to kind of protect my body.
Yeah.
Now, what's interesting is my first year away from basketball, I tore my ACL, I tore my meniscus. So I was kind of like, dang, I could have done that either way, but I wasn't like signed with a organization or anything like that. I had at the end of my college career, I had injured myself. And so while everybody else was kind of like getting their agents and going to tryouts and stuff like that, I was getting surgery.
Fuck.
And so I kind of
Yeah.
had to also have that real life decision of like, all right, if I want to do that, I have to not only get in the weight room, rehab, protect myself, but I need somebody to kind of fund that for me.
Yeah.
And I didn't really have that. So I joined the working world and started out in cannabis. Then I pivoted to teaching. And then from teaching, I went here to music,
Sick.
performing my own originals.
That's sick. What were you teaching? What was teaching looking
I
like?
was teaching PE and
Sick.
coaching two different sports,
Wow.
and I was working at a private school, so they have you wear many hats. And so
Yeah.
I was a PE teacher. I was like a director of like they call it the letter club, keeping track of all the athletic honors.
Oh shit.
I was an assistant trainer. I was a two-sport coach. I like led the middle school leadership council. So they have
Jeez.
you do a whole bunch of different things. So I wore many caps, but I was an educator and an admin and a coach.
That's cool. That's cool. How did and then that translated into tunes?
Well, okay, if I'm sitting up teaching kids all day,
Yeah.
you got to follow your dreams. You got to put in hard work. Like,
Yeah.
I,
So
I
you
kinda,
heard yourself
I'm like,
saying it.
Yeah, I'm like telling them, and then I'm not really following my own dreams. So.
Yeah.
And it wasn't that I didn't enjoy teaching. It
Of course.
just, it wasn't like when I woke up every day, I was like, oh, I want to be a teacher someday. And, like for a good portion of my life, it was like I thought I was, because when I was younger, they didn't even have the WNBA. So I was like, I'm going to be the first girl in the NBA.
Yeah.
And then as I got older, I was like, no, I mean, I like other things too, which it was music. I really like music. I started writing with my cousin,
Cool.
stuff like that. So I started seeing like a different reality. And that's, that different reality was always there. But then, you got to pay the bills. You got to do stuff
Sure.
and so I had education and background in athletics. And so then that took me there. So
Sick.
while I'm sitting there teaching them and saying all this stuff to them, I'm like, man, this other reality is sitting here that I'm not walking towards, that I'm not trying to really, pursue.
Yeah.
And so in 2019, I just decided I'm just gonna go for it, and I did. And I resigned, and I went headfirst into music and a pandemic, but that's another story.
Yeah. Dang, that's tight. So I imagine that you're quite an amazing performer because I mean teachers got to have sick crowd control, and so you probably are probably quite talented.
I enjoy the time that I get, and I try to seize the moment when I have it.
Cool.
And I'm not like a major dancer or anything like that, but I do have major stage presence. And so
Yeah.
I like to connect with the crowd in a lot of different ways.
Cool.
And you know, I try not to get too boastful, but I do enjoy my time on stage, and I hope that's
Yes.
felt, you know, in translation.
That's sick. No, I feel it right now when we're chatting. Like you seem very passionate and like on fire for what you're doing, which is really cool.
I'm glad that's felt. I'm glad
Yeah.
that's felt.
Yeah. No, that's love. Speaking of live shows, do you have any coming up that we could catch?
So actually, I'm gonna be supporting my good friend. His name is Vittorio.
Cool.
Vittorio is dropping an album, Sex, Wine, Poetry,
Dope.
and he's having an album release for that. And on that album, I have a song with him called "Around the Globe,"
Cool.
and again about, you know, manifesting your destiny, you know, or you know, not in the conquistador way, but more like envisioning what you want and then going for it and really making it happen. Really like, you know, bringing it into reality, into existence. And
Totally.
so we're gonna perform that song that night.
I love that. Is a lot of your music or songs about your beautiful perspective on life?
I would say a lot of my songs are about that, or different stories, different experiences that I have gone through,
Yeah.
or they're just about love. 'Cause
Yeah.
I love love. I
Hell
love to
yeah.
be loved. I love to spread love, and so
Yes.
just reminding of people what's important, and love is definitely one of those things.
Yes, I feel that. To me, it's the number one
Oh
for
yeah,
sure. It's the most powerful.
gotta lead with it. Gotta
Yes,
lead with it.
1,000,000%. That's fucking dope. Lady Los, tell us where we can find you.
Mhm.
Let us know how we can support you in your journey.
Yeah, I'm on Instagram a lot, I would
Dope.
say, but I'm on all streaming platforms, so you can stream my music,
Sick.
kind of no matter what app or platform you use, I'll be on there. So LADYLOS, I'm Lady Los, and then on Instagram, I'm Lady.Los. Same thing on TikTok, stuff like that. So I try to
Cool.
keep my handle Lady.Los across the board,
Go
so you
find
can
me.
find me there.
Beautiful. And the show, the album release, did you say the date?
It is February 22nd, so
February
it's
22nd.
this coming weekend.
Okay.
But
So okay.
unfortunately, it's sold
Catch
out.
the recaps then, you
Yeah,
motherfuckers.
we'll have some good recaps
Yeah.
for you, but yeah, it's definitely sold out.